Okay, so what we are doing is we are giving select count of star from tbl underscore user. It is returning 0 rows. There are no records in this particular table. Okay, so this is the current status in the MySQL. Now let's see what happens if we insert some record. I'm giving one, I'm giving test user, I'm giving test at testing.com. I'm giving password is 123456. So you can see here, this is all our standard HTML, okay? And I'm clicking sign up, okay? So what happened, it basically called sign up, okay? And it got a 200, okay? It actually internally invoked sign up, okay? And it got some data back. Okay, and we can see the header. So there is a view response header, okay? And we got a response, okay. So you can see here, 1 minute, sorry. Okay, so you can see here there is an error message returned from our application. Okay, what is the error message? We can see here. Incorrect integer value. Why? Because we gave a value of string. Okay, because we are trying to insert it, right? Okay, so which is fine. So at least we know what is the error here. Okay, so we can go back to app.py and okay, this doesn't need, okay, this doesn't need double quote, a single, sorry, the single quote, okay. And we can do, okay, I'm going to sign up again. User created successfully. Okay, now we can give me 1 minute. I will have to, can see count. There is a one record. Okay. Now, can you guys start, copying? So I'm going to commit and push. You guys download my repository, and then we'll try to run this in your own in your computer. Okay. Git add dot git commit some. Okay, you guys download, and then I will then I'll connect with you again. Okay, are you guys able to download this code?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I want each one of you to run this in MySQL. So I want you guys to follow the same step. I want you to create a database in MySQL and create a table and run this program and check in the code. I'm going to check if you guys were able to do that or not.
So you need us to create the bucket list database, is it?
Yes, so you can follow the same thing. Just create a bucket list. So this code will then everything you will be able to run automatically, right? So create the a database called bucket list, and then you know already how to create a database because that's similar thing what we did on Monday. Okay, and
Create a
then
table.
yes, use the database bucket list. Okay, and then you can create the table. So the structure for the table, it's the same file which I've checked in. The SQL file actually has the same structure. You can refer to that in the bucket list.sql. Okay, so this command is there. How to create the database, how to use the bucket list, how to create the table. It's all there in the example. Ignore the stored procedure for now. You don't have to worry about it for now because I've just modified the HTML, our Python code to not to use stored procedure. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay, you just insert, create, so then you can run the app.py. You will be able to run the entire program and insert. So you can just make sure that all the modules needed. So when you install this, if you got a problem, then you can install pip install flask mysql. That will make sure that all the libraries are installed as well. And I want to basically make sure that you're able to run that code and get the data inserted. Because then after this, we will discuss about a different program. I mean, basically, I want you guys to do a different application altogether. But I just want you to start with this so that we can be sure that you're able to run this end to end and check in the code base. I'll wait for this to complete.
Okay. Hi, Ajay.
Yep.
We have created the database and the table, and
Okay.
then we need to copy the app.py and the static folders to our working folder. Is it?
Yeah, you can copy that to your folder. Yesterday we created a folder called web, right?
Yep. And then
You
I
can
tried to run. No, and then I tried to run, but there's an error called no module name plus est.
exactly. So that means the code was not changed, is it? So, see, for example, okay, did you install? Did you run this pip install?
Yeah, the plus MySQL, is it?
Yes.
Yep. I
Okay,
have
can you share
already.
your screen?
Okay.
Yeah, can you share your screen then? Okay. Can you run it? No, not here. Can you run it in the console?
Yeah.
In the command line. Yeah, not in the Python console, but in the command line.
Huh? SQL.
No, go to the not SQL. Go to the DOS prompt. Yes, here. Can you give Python? Yeah, here you give Python space. Inside web. Yeah, give a dir. Yeah, you can give dir command.
Listen. Yeah.
Okay, just give okay. Now give Python space app.py. Okay, it's running. You can access the page. Okay. Okay. There is no template index.html. Did you copy the folder templates as well?
No.
Oh yeah, static and templates. Yeah, go back. Static and templates. There are two folders, right? Right inside you can see here. Yeah. Copy both templates. Yes, both folder you copy.
Copy right here. Okay.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. And also there's a folder called static. You copy the static. Yeah.
Copy.
Okay, sure, fine. Can run it again.
Okay. It's running.
Okay, now you click sign up. Yeah, click sign up. Okay, can give a value here. The first field has to be a number.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we are not showing anything at the moment here because we are just returning, but you see the top right, you just click that developer. Okay, go to tools. Yeah, go to network. Yeah, I think you can click the sign up. Yeah, just click the signup.js. Click the response in the top. Yeah. Oh, no. This is the JS response. Can you go to console? Console. Okay. Go to network again. Network again. Okay. Just leave it. Click the sign up again. Just enter a value and click a sign up. Yeah, you can click the bottom sign up. Yes, click that. Okay, you can see here there is an error. Well, unable to complete. Go back to your DOS prompt. Go back to your command prompt.
Command prompt.
Yeah, where you were running Python. Okay, so here what is the error? Local variable cursor referenced before assignment. Exception on sign up. Cursor.close. Okay, did you able to? Okay, can you go back to your program? Sorry, just go back to the program. Python program. Yeah. Python. App.py. Okay. Now, if you look at here, I have given here my MySQL username, root, and password. Is this the username and password for your MySQL?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just need to change that. Yeah.
Later
I'll try again.
the password.
Okay. No worries. So you can change it and test it again. Okay. Yeah, I can stop the sharing then. Okay. Now, anyone else? Is all of you guys have managed to connect? Is anybody else who have issue? Or can you do the same modifications what I've been explaining to Shirley and you were able to run? So guys, did you all manage to complete that? Any issues or anything? Okay, guys, any message, anything? Pip install, okay, this is a different issue. When you say you should, if you want, you can share the screen, otherwise we can discuss later as your machine had has some issues, because pip install should basically work. If you need to use conda activate first, only then it would work. Okay, guys. Yeah, one more check. Is everything is working, or do you have any problems?
I have problem on the filling the form. Still prompt the error.
Okay, can you share the screen?
Oh, okay.
What you can do is you can also use your command line and connect to your MySQL and use the same username and password and see if you're able to connect. Is anyone else able to run it successfully? Is there anyone already started running this, or others also have a similar problem?
So
Can you see the screen?
Yes, I can see the screen now. Okay. Yes, good. So there is an internal server error. Forget about the first two. The click on the sign up. I just want to see what's the error in the sign up. The last one. Yeah, click on that. It's the same error for you. Okay, which means go back to the command line
command line.
Yeah. Okay. So the local variable cursor referenced before assignment. Can you go back to the code?
Python code.
Okay. Yeah, Python code. Okay. So we have the application initialized. Okay. Can you come down to the sign up?
Sign up.
Okay. Here we are using con.mysql connect, and we are creating cursor con.cursor, right? And then we are using cursor.execute SQL query. Okay. And finally, we are using cursor.close con.close. Okay. Now, if you go back to your command line again,
Command line.
or the command shell, yeah, where you're running your program, your first error, you got it in, which was saying, okay, line 67, cursor.close. Okay. Why that is cursor.close is you got some other error before that. Okay. So error str of e. Okay. Can you print? Can you do print? Okay, okay, just come back to the code.
The code here.
Okay, come back to the code, and after exception, except exception, after e colon. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
before that, before the return.
Here.
Yeah. Okay, press enter. Press enter. Type print, print. Okay, in the bracket, so you can give str of e. str, and in the bracket you give e.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can give the same statement which is in the bottom, the error.
Oh, okay.
Okay, parenthesis give e. Okay. Okay, save. Okay, so what is happening is you got some other error. I think most likely your mysql.connect is throwing error. Okay, so it is not able to connect to MySQL. So can you open another DOS prompt, another command prompt? Okay, can you type MySQL? Okay, okay, it's not running. So can you just go to start MySQL command line? MySQL command line, yes.
Oh, sorry. This one?
Yes, that one. When you open, are you giving the same password?
Yes.
Okay. So can you double check? Can you just open another command line? MySQL 5.7 another command line. Yeah.
A new one?
Yeah, a new one. Yeah. Okay. And can you give the same password here, what you have given in your code? Yeah, this looks, you have typed many character, but if you go back to your code, what is the password?
Oh, sorry. Wait. The one that I just key in the Python code, is it the password?
Is this the same password?
No.
Uh,
I don't know my SQL get password.
oh. Is it the password I need to use back the same password as my SQL Pro password?
Yes, because you have this is your MySQL password. This is the password using which you're going to connect to your MySQL. This password is wrong.
Because this one is not the one that I use in my SQL password. Let me change.
Yeah, because when you access your command line, when you click MySQL command line, it asks you for a password, right? It should be the same password which you give here.
Oh, okay. I try first and then I let you know that.
Okay, no worries.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And what about others? Is there anyone else who have who have completed this, or do you have a problem completing it? What about Ethan and Amki, Charlie, Munin? So did you guys manage to complete this, or you have any issues?
I'll need to revise back
Okay.
again.
Okay, so basically, yeah. Shirley and team, did you manage to connect now?
Yes.
Yes.
It works?
A second. Give us a second.
No worries. You can check the command line to see if there is any error. If there are no errors when you click sign up, and you can also check in the developer console in browser what message it is showing. Normally it says user created successfully. That means it was successful. So why I was telling that you got the error before MySQL connection is, the complaint is if there's some exception happen and the finally block executed. So in finally block, I'm using cursor.close, but the cursor was not initialized. That is a complaint which Python is showing me, because that means the MySQL connection was failed. Because if MySQL was successful, immediately the cursor would have initialized. So if the error was in your query, then it would be after cursor. So the error is in before the query. That is why you're getting that error. That's why I said that your MySQL connection is failing. Okay, right. So in the meantime, you can, yeah, there was some question.
We are all okay now.
Okay,
Okay,
perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay. So basically what happens is, what if there are problems like this? Okay, so for example, you're creating a web application, your web application is running and nobody is monitoring. At this stage, you are manually monitoring this application, you're manually checking if this application, what if your application is in production? Okay, this is, okay, so this one is continuously running and you need to know if something is going wrong with this application. So that is why a logging part comes into picture. So what we can do is we could add, okay, for example, we could create an additional log. So what, because the reason why we have to log it, the reason being is if it is continuously printed in the console will get auto cleared after some time. Okay, so you don't know what happened earlier, or if there is some problem is happening. Okay, so there is a concept called logging. And logging is also, if your application, a web application is supposed to run 24/7, it is supposed to run continuously for many days. So what happens is continuously these log files will be returned. So you should have a mechanism to auto rotate in the sense, should create a different file, depends on the dates and other things. So for example, here what we're doing is we are creating based on the size of the file, we are basically rotating the file. So there is this library called logging in Python, and there are different handlers in logging. One handler is rotating file handler. So what this will do is, this will keep.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sorry, are you sharing your screen?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. I think yes, I forgot to share that. Okay. Good. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So there is a library called logging. Okay. So basically, what the logging library does is it helps you to write these messages or the errors, like what you saw just now when you were troubleshooting. There could be some error. Your MySQL could go down and you're not able to connect to MySQL. So those errors should be written to a file, so that a system administrator or later you can check that file and understand what's going on with your application. Okay, so that's why there's this concept called logging, and there is a logging handler. Handler is just a mechanism. There are various logging handlers available. You can search this. There are multiple handlers. Right now, what we are going to test is the rotating file handler. Okay, so we have this route. Okay, so here what I'm doing is, in this route, whenever you access, I am triggering a warning error. Okay, I am manually triggering a warning message. Okay, so I can write messages like this. I can write app.logger.error and app.logger.info. So these are basically three different error messages which you can log. Sometimes it could be a warning, sometimes it could be an error, sometimes it could be just an information. Okay, so you can write messages like this to the log file. Okay, and at the time of initialization, you initialize this log file. So this is the file name in which you want to write all your log file. You're just giving a sample file name, and you're saying maximum 1000 bytes should be recorded in this file. After that, it should recycle. It should basically, file should auto rotate. You can also create a daily appender log file, which will automatically create a different files every day. There are many different handlers available. We'll just see how it works. And you can also set the default log level when the application starts. So when you're doing the development stage, you can give debug. During the production, you can give info or error or warning. Depends on how much of logging you want to take in the system. And you can also do different formatting, how the log record should be formatted. Okay, I will just run this and show you an example. Okay, so I've just created a file called server.py. You can see here ls, there is a file called server.py. There's no other file. I'm giving Python server.py. Okay, it's running in port 5000. Okay, so I'm going here. Okay, I'm giving here. Okay. So for example, I'm just giving enter. It's showing me foo. Okay, nothing else. Okay, and here you can see it is showing a message here in the log file. Warning occurred. Okay, error in server. Okay, and nothing else. Okay, now I'm doing Control C. I'm doing an ls or dir in your case. You can see there is a file called foo.log created in this particular folder. Okay, now if I open up that foo.log, you can see this has got these two messages in this foo.log. Okay, so these messages are recorded. Okay, in this particular file. Okay, now if you enable debug, okay, here let's say instead of this info, I'm giving debug. Okay, you can see here what will happen. And here I'm accessing the same file again. Okay, Control C. You can see here there is this message. Because there is nothing else specifically in that application, there is nothing more coming in this particular application. And there are various other settings we can give to make it a bit more default. We can set the default logger. We can take the current basic logger we can take and set the default logging level. So there are so many ways in which we can set this. Okay, so for example, this is just one option. Okay, let me check. Okay. This is the default. So this is for the default error handler if you want to fetch any default errors. Okay, and we can set default error handlers as well. Okay, there could be multiple. There are multiple error handlers we can set. All these things are possible. Okay. See what happens if you give. You can see there is a debug You can set the debug mode on, okay, because this is debug mode is off. Okay, so there are different error messages. It's getting printed, and you can see the same error messages here. Okay, so there are so many ways in which you can give different error messages. Okay, okay. So for this example, just use this example which I have set. Okay, I'm going to git add this, git add dot git commit -m logging. Okay. Okay. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to add the similar messages in the so just add. Okay, just ignore these two things for now. Just add this to your code. Okay, so you can have this set of code in your app.py. Okay, so what you can do here is in the main. Okay, you can have this app error. Okay, you can just give a name. Okay, and you need to do the import. Okay, so this import needs to happen. Okay, you imported this. Okay, so logging is enabled now in the application, and in all these places. So for example, here what we can do is we can say these error messages, right? So for example, the error what we are giving app.error. Okay, so this is where you will give app.logger error, an error occurred. Okay, you can pass E. Okay, so that this error messages it gets returned to your application. Okay, and here wherever you want to give a statement, here you can give. Okay, you can give a message. Okay, so let's run this and test. Okay. Okay, you can check here. Messages kill query. There is a warning message is coming here. Okay, because we said we're giving an error. Okay, logging error. Okay, kill warning. Okay, you can see there are error messages here, and in the application, if you check, there is a error called app error log. Okay, so in this case, there is no error messages because I've not initialized this logger. Okay, app.logger. Okay, this file is created. logging is in debug. Okay, we can set the logging here is at info. So this means it'll show that it's an info level logging. Okay, and we can add the error handler here. Okay, so there are various ways in which you can add and you can give an error. Okay, so if there is any error that happens, give plus str of SQL query. Okay. Right, so you can see here, there is a message here, warning in app, it gives you a message. Now if you go back and check the app error.log file, you can see these error messages are here, or these messages are here. So this is the way you could basically create your own messages, okay? Same thing here as well, okay, it should be. So you can record all these error messages, and this will be a file. So this will always be in your current folder. This can continue to coexist in the application. So this is the way normally we do error handling and error management in or logging management in application. Okay, good. So what I want you guys to do now is I know so there is no separate slide deck, or everything is the file which I've shared. Okay, I'm just going to add this as well, which is the logging fund. Okay, logging. Sorry. Okay. So these files are available in the library. I want you guys to create a sample web application using, you can create your own database table, you can create your own form, and tomorrow just show it to me what a web application you have created. Okay, and then I'll explain you on the JSON part tomorrow. Okay, so today you have seen a JSON in the example code. I've not explained to you because I want to explain you that tomorrow, and I'll tell you why we need the JSON. Okay, and how is the API. You can think about some architecture whereby you will have multi-server deployment, you will have a separate web server, separate API. API is a very popular concept these days, so that we will cover. We'll just take a sample APIs and JSON tomorrow. But I would like to really see your sample web application writing to MySQL tomorrow. Okay?
Do we create the form based on the company database?
Yeah, you can create. Yes, you can create a form based on company database. You can create those company tables in MySQL. You're created right now. I think you guys have created in SQLite. Instead, you can create that in the MySQL, and you can create an application based on that company table. Okay. You can search internet, try to be creative. If you guys face any problems or anything, just note it down, and we can clarify that first thing tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.